I'm here with Karen and Dwight from St. Albans Handball Association, and I just wanted to ask a few questions on, like how the organization started. Like, when did you guys start this organization?
We started in 1996.
96.
Yeah.
Okay. What prompted that?
I came to St. Albans Park, I think it was in 94, I believe. And that's where I met Dwight. And I saw that he would give tournaments, and he would always take out everything out of his pocket for everything. So, I talked with some other people in the park, and I said, why don't we just have an association? And so Dwight don't have to constantly put out money out of his pocket. The players pay, and they pay for trophies, let that happen. So, lo and behold, I brought it to him, but a couple of us brought it to him about why don't we start association, and he's like, yeah. And from there, it went to birth.
Dwight, why were you pulling all the money out of your pocket for the handball tournament?
They saved all the money, but in those days, the prize money for first place was like $100.
Okay.
It wasn't very expensive. And then they just taken, players were so happy just to get it. It wasn't like today where they're looking for the big money and all of that stuff. They just wanted to compete.
Right. When did you start playing handball? How long ago?
1960.
And you, Karen?
I've been playing handball since '85, but I didn't actually play in tournaments until like '94, '95.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I pretty much started, and then it took off from '96 on.
When was the first tournament that you held?
Well, the first one that was interesting to me was...
That we held as an association?
Yeah.
I think it was the mix.
It was the mix that was, but the one that made me want to give tournaments was a B singles tournament that we had.
Oh.
And we call it the Little Park.
The Little Park.
But it was
St. Albans
Sayers Park.
America.
It's got like 4 little courts and stuff. But I've seen one of the best games I've ever seen in handball, so I said, this is interesting. And these young kids, they really pour their heart into it. So we just started basically, coming up with ideas about tournaments.
Well, I think you're the only person that issues like A cards, right? Out of all of these organizations, and I've researched a lot of different organizations. How did that come about?
The players have this habit of staying at the same level and don't give the other players a chance to develop, because you get the top players and they play in the B tournaments and C tournaments, and the other players just really, some of them lose interest because they know they're not going to beat these guys on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So if you get the really open players, which is A players, out of the event, mm-hmm. then more people will be participating because they feel they have a fair chance. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So
A and open are the same thing, or is
open is the same thing as an A?
Okay, gotcha. And what would qualify someone to get an A card? Like, say, for example, someone new, young kid, striving, that wants to get their A card.
They have to work very hard to get a real good skill level and realize, and let everybody else realize, they can be competitive against the top players.
Gotcha.
Not just one game when you have a good showing. Mm-hmm. On a consistent basis, you have to be able to compete and be competitive.
Gotcha. Is there any prerequisites, like you have to win like a certain amount of B tournaments, or a certain amount of maybe even these Bs going into a Opens tournament or something like that to be able to prove the consistency or prove the, the actual skill set?
Well, most of the top Bs, you can tell, if you be around this sport long enough, you can tell when you see somebody with a skill level. And they will win, if they're the top Bs, they will win most of the B tournaments that year. And usually they have to do it for a couple of 3 years.
Gotcha.
And then, you see that, because it takes time. Once they realize that they're not going to win anything in that open their first year, then they're going to hang around the Bs to try to hone their skills.
Yeah.
You know.
Milk it.
Right. Next year, I usually tell them in advance, you're good, you're ready. So you got another year to take and hone your skills, and then you're going to be moved up.
Gotcha. And your tournaments, you have a tournament coming up, July 20th, the King of the Courts.
We have the tournament coming.
Yeah, it is the tournament. And how many people usually come to this particular
In
tournament?
the last few years, it's been over 100.
Wow. That's a lot of people competing.
Yeah.
A lot, And it's you guys were also covered 1 year by CBS? So someone did like a little bit on you
It
guys?
came to 20th anniversary of the King of the Court.
Yes. And, I don't know who's going to win the King of the Court, but there is a lot of speculation on who might win it. There's a lot of new people, but there's also, there's some solid favorites. How do you feel about the King of the Court?
There are a lot of talented people out there, but one thing I make it always, since we begin, I never try to project a winner, tell you who the favorite is, because I'm impartial.
Yeah.
I don't have no favorites, no biases. I want everybody to do their best and make the best man win.
I agree. And I believe that everybody should act, fairly at these tournaments, because there is a good purse and there is a lot of competitiveness. And I see you guys run a pretty clean operation, meaning it's not informal, it's formal. You got good refs there and stuff. How do you feel about the refs in some of these tournaments playing in the tournament as well? How do you feel about that?
Well, my personal feelings is, because I don't like to speak on other people's tournaments,
Yes.
but I believe if you're given a tournament, you shouldn't participate in it. That's about all I have to say about it. I don't think, because no matter how fair you try to be, or how good your reputation is, the first thing that goes wrong, and you have to make a decision to resolve a dispute, you might be involved with it. So now how are you going to resolve that fairly?
Right. So if someone has a dispute and they get a little bit out of hand, how do you guys normally handle that? In what situation would you suspend someone, or which situation would you guys not allow them to participate, and for how long?
Well, it's normally, they usually give them warnings. And after the warnings, sometimes you get to, after the third warning, you're usually disqualified.
Okay. So you're getting 3 warnings.
Normally you get 3 warnings.
In one tournament, or?
In one tournament.
Okay.
Yeah. But the warnings follow you from game to game. I mean, you can't get 1 warning in your first game.
And then start over.
Right. Then you're not getting another 2 or 3.
No, they add up to 3. That's the terminology.
Gotcha. And with over 100 people joining for the King of the Courts, it's going to be 2 days, right?
Yes, Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. Well, I pray for some good weather. What other tournaments do you have upcoming?
The only other one we have left this year is the juniors.
Okay.
We have a free tournament for the kids.
Okay. And what date is that?
August 31st.
Okay. That's great.
It's one of my favorites now. The kids have so much fun.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And it's such a great sport. And and it's your mind, your body, everything you're putting into it. And
some of the top players out there now used to come to our juniors tournaments. Kids.
So where are you throwing the tournament at?
Edison Park.
And if they wanted more information, where would they be able to look online for you?
They have to go to saha.ny.org.
Okay.
And that's our website. And they'll get all the information.
Okay.
Upcoming tournaments, past tournaments. history, everything at the website.
Gotcha.
But it's important that they realize the deadline this year is July the 14th.
Okay.
The
For the juniors.
No, for the
For the king.
course.
Oh, okay.
The 7th is the last day to register before
Sixth.
the 6th. I keep saying the 7th. The 6th is the last day you can register without a late fee being attached to you. The 14th is the last day you could register, period.
And how many years have you been doing the King of the Courts?
This is our, go ahead.
Second.
This is our 22nd year.
Wow. Wow. And I've seen some memorable matches throughout the years. And it seems like a lot of the top older players that are not playing, you see them reffing.
Yes.
Like the Buddies, the Emmets.
Yeah.
Because they got the eyes still, you know, they know, they know the game.
They know the sport.
They really know the sport. When do you play in any tournaments anymore?
No, not when Karen plays every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
My playing days is long past.
So how do you keep your eye on all of these players to award them, say, with that A card? That's a lot of, you know.
You got a lot of eyes
Right.
pumping you.
You go to a lot of tournaments, plus the heads of the other organizations,
Mm-hmm.
like say St. John's
Mm-hmm.
has Lincoln Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
I could recommend it like Carlos. You could take and go to. I used to go to PHA, and you speak to all the other heads, and then you go to some of the top players,
Mm-hmm.
and just sit down and have a conversation with them about what do they think about this player, what do they think about that player.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you take recommendations, because you have some on your list that you might think is ready,
Mm-hmm.
them from the list. They think most people think it's a one-person show, a one-organization show. It's not.
Okay. So you guys are collaborating behind the scenes
Right.
with other organizations.
Yes.
My next question would be, like, you see growth in Philly now. You see growth in different areas that are outside New York. Are you going to be issuing A cards to these particular?
Well, the only A card I could think of that,
You gave out A cards to
yeah,
the guys in Philly already.
Oh, you have.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam, Wally,
Mhm.
those guys.
Joe Ma.
Even international,
Yeah,
even
Joe Ma.
international. I gave this young lady in the Netherlands an A card.
Oh, really?
Sophia asked me and explained about it, and I've seen her playing.
Uh-huh.
She was definitely an A player.
Okay. What about Florida? Because Florida is on the rise too. There's a lot.
Florida's on the rise, yes. But they gotta compete other than among themselves. They gotta take it.
Come out.
I call it travel. I call it travel like I used to do when I was competing.
Mm-hmm.
You go to different places to travel. You don't play the same competition.
Yes. You got to diversify.
Exactly.
So,
Games, huh?
And they tell me you got some really good players out there. In fact, I'm gonna be going down there like in a couple of right after King of the Court, and I'm gonna stop by some of the parks. I got like Q down there, Solo, a few guys down there. I take
you know those guys are going to want to play in front of you then. Once you show up at the park.
I look for it, but they keep telling me they got some talent down there, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna check it out.
Hollywood's nice. It seems to be
I was
nice.
there last year and the year before. I was there a couple of times.
And what's that other place? Spring something? They have those like fenced courts.
I know the ones you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are really nice. I mean, it's fenced in, but it's good because it's just you.
It's a nice atmosphere because the people are so pleasant. They make you feel very comfortable.
They are. They do make you feel comfortable. So, what other particular types of events do you have besides the juniors and the King of the Courts?
But we have the Winter Classic. It's more of our promotion.
Okay.
Everybody gets the promotion to get awards or whatever. They do that for the previous year.
Okay. So when is that?
That's in January. Every January.
So do you do that indoors?
We do it at Zariga.
Oh, you do it at Zariga, yeah. Yeah, Kathy's great at Zariga, and it's interesting because you're seeing the tournaments throughout the summer, and then like at the end of the day, you're like, where are we gonna finish this thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's the best.
She is.
Yeah.
She's great. I just wanted to ask you those few questions because you know, I'm at the parks all the time too, you know, just playing with our people, and they're always curious, like, how is this all being done with the A cards? Because you're the authority, you know, you're the person that's issuing them. I don't think there's anybody else issuing them or respecting the issue of them, you know what I mean? And it's something to, you know, for our community, it's something to strive for. I mean, some of these guys, when they get them, like you said, they get a little upset because then they can't play amongst the Bs in the tournaments, but I think it's a great step of responsibility.
Well, it's not, they don't really get upset. They feign upset. You only knew how many inboxes I got telling me what a great player they are and all this other stuff.
Sending you videos?
Doing everything, trying to get the card. Then when they don't get it, oh this, oh that, but you know, it's all nonsense. I don't pay it no mind. I don't lose like 1 second of sleep over anything they put out there.
Well, we appreciate your organization, and we look forward to the King of the Courts and your other handball tournaments.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming down today, and we look forward to seeing you at the tournaments.
It was our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.